I would like to begin by expressing my gratitude to the organizers of this panel to give me the opportunity to be here and to convey with us some ideas of young people from Armenia. And as the world begins the protest to define a development agenda for the years to come after 2015. Most people just don't care about the voices of young people, what they think, what they see, and what they want to change. It's time that the voices of young people are heard and taken into account. That is why I am here today. What I shall present now, I collected from different conversation and discussion realized at the School for Young Leaders, of which I'm a member. I will summarize some ideas of young people from Armenia who are ready to take necessary steps to make a positive impact in their reality. So, first I would like to point out that we, children and youth, have identified as priority issues that directly affect us. The lack of civic skills and awareness of rights and responsibilities. We want an education for global citizenship that emphasizes ethic global responsibilities. The lack of trust between youth and government institutions and political parties. Inequalities, including issues related to wealth distribution, access to services, access to information, and opportunities and discrimination. The right of non-citizen and migrant people. There are several challenges to political inclusion of youth. This needs to be overcome if we want youth to effectively exercise their right to participation in policy and decision-making process. The legal, regulatory, and policy frameworks are weak or inadequate. There's a lack of support and commitment towards young people, including support of youth branches of political organizations. People in position of authority are either ignorant or indifferent towards the benefits of youth participation. Public institutions are not leading by example, and there's a lack of transparency and merit in accessing political participation. There's a lack of leadership skills, know-how and access point for participating in decision-making. Political processes are inaccessible to those who have lower social-economic status. We are aware of these challenges and we are ready to take action. For example, we propose to promote global, regional and national youth voluntary programs to engage youth, to develop e-government or i-government platforms as formal channels for soliciting feedbacks and developing policy, to develop transversal public policies on youth, strengthening opportunities for developing skills and civic engagement, to strengthen or establish democratic and representative mechanisms for youth participation at national and sub-national levels, for example through youth councils. Also, inequalities are of particular concern to children and young people. These inequalities are based on age, disabilities, national origin, membership to particular social group, and sexual preference. What do we propose to address these inequalities and their impact on the lives of children and youth? Include youth employment target in employment policies and national development frameworks. Provide or improve trainings and vocational education in the classroom and in the workplace, such as internship, volunteering, and on-job training. Support and develop financing for employers to hire youth and provide them with training and work experience. Provide protection for vulnerable youth, including migrants, pregnant women, youth with disabilities. Furthermore, there are important challenges regarding education. The lack of availability and recognition of vocational training and education. The lack of relevant guidance. counseling services and information, the lack of education and information on health issues that affect the ability of young people to perform and participate, the prejudice against education of girls and women. And to address these challenges, we propose to promote non-formal and informal education by emphasizing its recognition and fundings, to make education more affordable and abolish school fees for primary and secondary education, to develop and promote greater access to distance learning and e-learning opportunities, to provide information and education about health behaviors and conditions, as well as where to access health services, to provide opportunities for adequate nutrition and physical access on school premises. Youth are also concerned about protection of their rights and the state of human rights in the world. There are most important issues for us: the lack of awareness about human rights, violence towards and amongst youth, including gender-based violence, poverty, conflict and war, trafficking of youth, especially girls and young women, restriction of right to information, expression, communication, and the right to assembly, discrimination. What should be done to promote and protect the right of youth? Increase awareness about human rights and improve access to youth-friendly information about rights and how to exercise them. Counter violence among and against youth, including trafficking and gender-based violence, focusing on prevention and promotion of rights. Establish or strengthen the mechanism to enforce human rights legislation that relates to young people. So you will ask, what will be the input of youth in this ongoing process to formulate the next development agenda? To answer this question, let me tell you about the week that I've spent here in New York. Here I met and got to hang out with a Brazilian guy who is a little bit older than me and who is a part of network of youth involved in a monitoring of public policies. I don't speak Portuguese, but I found that there are no difficulties in communication. He don't speak English, but we managed to become friends anyway. So we found a way to communicate with each other through Facebook translation application. So we now can easily exchange our ideas. I also met a group of young people from Youth Improvement Program in the Bronx. With them, I understood that our concerns are also similar. So does it mean that Armenian youth, Brazilian youth, and American youth have common issues? Yes, it does. I will try to continue learning their concerns and listening to their voices. We have something to contribute, and you can count on us. And we like not only theory, but also action. We are full of energy waiting to be transformed into action. So I'm asking you to leave the barriers for youth because we need your help and promise to give you our help in return. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Liana. I think that's an inspiration for all the adults in this room. I remember working as a young planner back at home, and my boss used to tell me that in this country, everybody above 40 is a failure. We depend on the young people, and I think that statement is very true today. Some of the things you have said definitely are quite true: the need for support and commitment towards young people, and also the lack of access. And we believe that what we are starting today is going to lead us to ensure that youth have access and they are part of the process. Well, it's a promise that we are making, but together let us work to fulfill it. Now, next I would want to